genre. Her speech title is Humble Beginnings. Speech time is 6 to 8 minutes. Number 2 from the, it's not the comic theater. Storytelling number 2. Okay. I'm an avid reader and an avid writer. I enjoy spoken word. I hope to inspire others with my words. I hope to inspire you tonight. Please welcome Stephanie Genre.
I'd like to tell you all a story about some people in this family who is very close to me. Let's call them the Johnston family. The Johnston comprised of a young man and a young woman who met in high school. He fell in love with her right away. When he saw her, he was in the 12th grade, she was in the 9th grade. One of the things he said to his friends was, "That will be my wife," as she walked past them. She looked at him and said, "Not on your life." As time passed on and he was persistent, he would write her poetry, he brought her flowers, he even brought her candy that she was able to share with some of her friends. She never thought she would go out with him, but one day he really proved himself. As she was walking down the hallway at school, these boys kept whistling and trying to tug at her skirt, and he came to her rescue. And he pushed them away, and he took up for her, and he said, "Come on, let's go." So she just walked away with him, and she thought to herself, "Wow, that was amazing. And he's big enough to protect me from all these guys at this school." So lo and behold, they went out. After high school, that is, after she graduated, they got married. She had her first child at the age of 21. And by the time she was 30, she found herself with 5 kids, 4 boys and 1 girl. By the age of 35, she was separated, and then lo and behold, the love of her life had become a changed man. He was a hard-working man at first. He took care of his family. She would look out the window when she heard what she thought was his car. And then there were times where he never showed up. She later found out that her knight in shining armor didn't just have her. He had others on the side. Now, Mrs. Johnston, the kind of person she is, let me tell you what she looked like first. She was 4'9", about yee-high, very strong, cantankerous personality. You could not bother her. You could not get under her skin, because if you did, she'd come after you with whatever was closest to her. So she just thought, I don't need this man. I don't need him anymore. I'm not going to let him run all over me. So she packed up her kids and she ran off. They were living down south and they moved to sunny California. Again, Mrs. Johnston, she kept her name. As stubborn as she was, she always left everything behind. But her kids, that is. So here she has all these little boys and 1 little girl, and they were very rambunctious. These kids got into everything. They would run off and play outside, and then next thing you know, they were getting into trouble. For example, one day they came home with this pocket of change. Their pockets were so full, the 2 youngest ones, they were both under 10. Their pockets were so full they could barely walk. She said, "Now what is that?" "Well, this is money, Mom. We brought home money." Remember, this family comes from humble beginnings. she asked them, "Where did you get this money? What did you do for work? Who paid you?" It was back in the days when you'd go to the laundromat and they had those little dollar machines to give you change. Well, these two young boys cut out paper bags into the size of $1, and they took all of the change out of the change machine. Mrs. Johnston may have been little, but she was very prideful. And she told them, "You are gonna march back to that laundromat and you're gonna give that manager all of his money." And they were so upset that she walked right behind them. She had a switch in her hand because she was about to whip their you-know-whats. And then they went to the laundromat, they saw the manager, and they went to him and apologized for what they had done. And Mrs. Johnston apologized as well. "I am so sorry for what my boys did. Please accept my apology." They emptied their pockets, they gave all the money back, and away they went, and they still got that spanking. What was the lesson? You don't steal. Moving on to middle school, there was a neighbor who used to pick on him. There was this guy named Homer. Homer was this big bully, and he always bullied the two smallest ones because he couldn't take the ones who were growing up. So one day, to get him back, they climbed over the fence and they started to throw rocks in Homer's pool. Mind you, it wasn't Homer's pool, it was his parents' pool. Mud and dirt all over that pool site. What happened? Mrs. Johnston, who again come from humble beginnings, had to take care of this mess. The list goes on and on and on with all the trouble, especially these two young ones would get into. They would run away, they would come home, they would get into fights. Their older brothers taught him how to fight. There was one brother in particular who also got into trouble, but his trouble helped him to help the family. He was the thief of the family. So whenever they needed food in the house, he would go to the store and pack his pants with steaks and fish and all kinds of stuff. And his family would have a meal for the day. Another time when his family needed clothes, he would just go and pick out the sizes of the rest of the siblings. And that's how they were dressed. Although this family came from humble beginnings, their mother taught them a lot of lessons. And even though they were cantankerous and rambunctious and they got into a lot of trouble when they were growing up, these 5 kids, including their sister, she was the quiet one. She never got into trouble by the way. They grew up to be entrepreneurs, and doctors, and lawyers. So the lesson goes that the way you start is not always necessary